So in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm speedrunning my AI agency to $50,000 a month with paid ads. Okay, so this is the first YouTube video that I'm posting, but I've currently been running my agency ScaleAgents for the last 2 years. And I've kind of just want to use this YouTube channel as kind of a documentary of what I've been doing in processes of scaling the company, but also just give you some kind of free game on how I've been able to get my clients and what exact automations that I'm selling. And so specifically what we're going to dive into in this video is I'm going to show you my paid ad strategies, the funnels that I'm using, outreach, even my calendars and what they're looking like, because right now we're booking between 3 and 5 sales calls per day for the agency. And then also just like payments coming through and just like some real results, so you know I'm telling the truth. So last year we did $180,000 in run rate, but this year we're going to average $50,000 a month. And what changed wasn't necessarily our product, it was more just our acquisition system. So simply spending more on ads, running more creatives on Meta, and just being seen more. It's the simplest equation. How do you want to make more sales? You simply just need to have more conversations with more business owners. So to give you kind of a backstory of ScaleAgents, ScaleAgents is an AI appointment setting platform, and now we've kind of moved off platforms like N8N, Make.com, and Zapier, where these are kind of the cookie cutter workflow type of platforms, and instead we've built our own AI appointment setting platform completely locally. So our AIs have all types of capabilities that can run through email, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and voice. And on top of that, it can work with any lead, cold or hot. It qualifies appointments, of course, but also can handle reschedules and cancellation appointments and making sure people are being followed up on. And the best thing about selling AI appointment setters is that business owners can happily spend between $3,000 and $5,000 for a setup fee with our company, just because they can see an ROI with it. The issue with a lot of the automations that people are selling in the space is that if you can't have a business owner justify a big $3,000 to $5,000 high ticket offer and they don't see an ROI involved in it. And what I'm saying is, like, if they buy one of our appointment setters and they close more deals, that is an ROI to why they would spend money on you. So if you can build an AI product or some type of AI automation where either a business owner is saving money or making more money, it's way more justifiable for them to pay you tens of thousands. So I've kind of built out a presentation board here with the actual ad structuring, but also the funnel structuring of how we're actually getting our traffic and getting booked appointments onto our calendar. So this is kind of a case study of the last 3 weeks. Anything in purple are actual sales calls that have been booked onto our calendar. And right now we've been averaging 3 to 5 calls per day. When it comes to the actual client acquisition of getting clients for your AI agency, everyone in the space is going to tell you to do cold calls, cold email, or do some type of cold DMing. But I've done that in the past, and the truth is that if you as a business owner are constantly spending your valuable time outreaching to people, that's going to be half your day when you're trying to scale the company. Okay, so instead what I love about ads is that you can build an ad creative in a day, edit it, post it, and then spend money on it. And if it's a winner, you're just spending your dollars instead of spending your time. So I'm going to run through my campaign structure so you can get a better idea of this. So we're running a cold offer campaign called New Offer Angle and a retargeting campaign to anyone that's interested. So under the campaign structuring, we have 5 ad sets, all of them spending between $3 and $90 a day. So some of the, like, I guess you could say losers, we're not necessarily killing. And the reason that is because creative volume is so important. If a business owner or someone that's your ideal client profile sees tons of your ads, but they're the same ad, it's going to annoy them. Rather, if you show them 15 different ads, all different places, times, and dates, they're way more likely to convert. So that's why we normally don't turn off our ads. In a second here, I'm going to show you the creatives and what they look like as well. But we don't just want to turn off ads if they're a loser, because in my opinion, there's so much value having any type of creative just be running as almost like an awareness type of style. So we have computer ads, B still frames, new Loom ads, OG Loom ads, and OG Albus ads. These are just kind of code words that we know in the back end of our agency, because when we were doing testing, there were only certain creatives that we really liked and were performing decently well. And as you can see, this one ad set, computer ads, we're only spending $71 a day, by the way. It's been averaging us $90 per call. We've only spent $1,267 on this, but this has netted so many appointments onto our calendar, okay? And on top of that, when I was showing you the retargeting campaign is connected to if anyone lands on our website after seeing one of our cold, like, top of funnel ads, they're gonna be retargeted with these retargeting ads. And because of that, only spending $66 is just enough. Is just enough, because you can get 3, 4, 5 qualified appointments just from $60 of people that already know you. A lot of the money spent is going to be when you're spending money on cold traffic. So to give you an example of some of these winning creatives, I personally, to just go ahead and preface you, I love video ads. I think video ads create more qualified buyers, people that once they hop on a call with you really understand your product. The issue with still frames and picture ads is that it may not be able to project enough of an understanding of what you're selling until they get to the funnel. This ad specifically was a UI explanation of our dashboard that we actually have in our agency. So if I click over to our Go High Level account, our platform ScaleAgents built our own proprietary software that we can log into and see our dashboard. So if you see here, like we were in the ad, just showing our dashboard of our like AI analytics, our performance, and then we also have like a billing section where our clients can add API credits here instead of paying other third-party platforms like Make.com, Zapier, or N8N. They can just add their wallet here. The AI will automatically charge their card according to the amount of usage they have. And with some other creatives, this was a still frame. This one's still good for cold traffic just because it kind of laid out the land that you're spending $3,000 on a setter. Our costs $197. It books 40% more calls than Go High Level's native AI. And then this one was just kind of like what we call Loom ad, where you have like a little bubble screen of you talking, and inside is our UI of our platform again, and we have our headline. So our headline that was the winner, by the way, we tested over 10 headlines when it came to what the actual visual on screen was. So ours that was the winner was we built an AI sales platform that converts 40% better than Go High Level's native AI tool. So that was our winner when it came to the messaging. Now it's one to test creatives, but it's also important that you should be testing the actual messaging, what resonates with your client profile when it comes to running paid ads. And the next creative is going to be the testimonial ad. We absolutely love testimonial ads because when it comes to skeptical buyers, if they can see your active clients or your past clients talking about your product, it makes the trust building process over the week or two of them trying to eventually warm and book a call with you way faster. So this was our client coach CC, and he booked 316 calls with our AI in his Instagram account. He's a fitness coach. So we just had to make a 60-second video talking about our product, and it just made it kind of a slam dunk. And then he even like put a CTA in the video, which really helped us. The last one is going to be Winning Creative 5. This is going to be another type of a UGC style video where you're recording. There's no face being shown on this video. It's just strictly showing the UI and glazing the product. And we're saying like, oh, this AI has been booking this many calls. This is how much it costed and stuff like that. So the biggest thing that I see in the agency space, in the AI agency ad space, is that people are doing these crazy guarantees. Oh, I will help you get 1,000 clients in 10 minutes, right? And sure, those are good for like getting people to opt in. It's definitely a irresistible offer, but from my experience, those types of offers attract broke business owners. So in the past, we had like a guarantee with our AI agency, and it was like, get 30 booked calls in 45 days. And now like that offer is absolutely washed. Everyone's running that. But the truth is the people that are opting in are probably people that need 30 booked calls, which means they probably have no calls on their calendar, which probably means they're not making any money. So instead, we're talking about saving business owners money in our messaging, raising conversions when it comes to business owners' current operation. And when it also comes to ad targeting and making sure you're getting financially and business qualified prospects, that also has to do with the funnel. So all these ads are running to our opt-in page. Our opt-in page lander headline that was our winner for us after we battle tested was watch our AI platform book 1,379 sales calls last month. So inside of this video, it's an 8-minute demo of my co-founder completely explaining the actual products and the use cases of our AI in action. So it automatically removes any type of confusion of what actually our AI performs if they didn't get it from the top of funnel ads. And inside of there, it pre-qualifies and makes sure that they're actually a qualified business owner. So another thing is we have a qualification form before they can get to the booking page. So I know you can see book your demo here, but when they click that button, it'll take them over to this qualification form, and it's asking, are you a marketing agency, are you AI automation agency, or are you a service-based business? A lot of the people that are opting into this funnel are saying service-based business, and sometimes we have people that are like in medical or life insurance sales, and they'll put other. But the point is that we're trying to train our pixel on these top 3, as that's been our highest client profile when it comes to our profitable ad campaign. So when it comes to the booking page, after they've booked in, you should be only dealing with people that are actually your client profile, and we want that to be the case because once they get to the confirmation page where their appointment has been confirmed and they get their text and email confirmations of their appointment, they should be trained on your metapixel. Your metapixel, if you can understand, is like telling Meta this is good or this is bad. Okay, so this is why I have this string connected all the way over to the original campaign, because every single time a conversion happens that is deemed a quality lead or a quality appointment, that is going to be told back to our campaign. And that is so important when it comes to the science of actual Meta campaigns, is that if you can tell Meta, hey, this is who I want to be a prospect for me, this is who I don't want to be a prospect for me, when it comes to the algorithm of Meta, it's going to pay you back. Okay, so just to kind of step back for a second, Meta came out with an Andromeda update about 6 months ago. What that means is the Andromeda update is strictly about creative volume. Meta now wants you to put as many creatives as possible into a campaign. That way Meta is the decider of what ad goes where for who. So specifically with the Andromeda update, Meta is entirely focusing on the algorithm to make sure that the creative itself is delivering to the right person. It's less about targeting, it's less about audience. You don't need to go and do these little niche YouTube strategies on how to get better results by having targeting in your ads, when, in my opinion, it's better to be broad in your ads and then be more specific in your creatives, calling out your market and calling out the pain points of your market to make them resonate with your creative more. And what it'll do is the algorithms are going to reward you so much better into who it should be going towards, okay? So another thing is, after someone opts in under a form and they become a lead, sometimes they drop off. They don't get to the book appointment page, okay, and they don't actually book a call. So what's important is we have email and AI SMS nurture. In a second here, I want to show you the backend automations over in Go High Level and how we have that set up. But we also, when someone books a call, we have pre-call reminders just to make sure we can increase our show-up rate. A major issue with a lot of people's funnels is that when they're running ads, they don't really have a good show-up rate. That is a very common issue when it comes to cold traffic top-of-funnel ads, straight from Meta ads to your calendar. They just came from a 60-second ad. How do you expect them to show up to an hour call that's in 3 days? So you need to be showing them and not only telling them when the appointment is, but giving them assets to warm them to know you, like you, and trust you, and to actually show up on the call for you to close, okay? So inside of our reminders and email drip sequence, and I'll even show you our email list as well, it's tons of YouTube video value of my co-founder giving YouTube tutorials of kind of the backend automations of what we do, but it's also ad strategy and consulting videos to make our client profile know that we are actually doing what we preach. And on top of that, we have a no-show and cancellation workflow. So if someone cancels, we automatically have an AI appointment setter reach out to them, try to reschedule them onto an appointment. And additionally, if they no-show, then we will manually put them into our no-show sequence, and they will get followed up on for 14 days until they book a call with us. So here's an example of one of our Go High Level flows. This is specifically when someone opts in, they're going to get a text, email, and later in the flow, they'll also get a call from us to make sure that they book an appointment with us if they haven't already. If they've already booked an appointment, they'll get moved farther into the flow. They'll have reminders down to 24 hours from the appointment, 19 hours until the appointment, and also 1 hour and 2 minutes until the appointment. It's so important to be adamant. I'd rather be annoying to them in their email and text inbox than not saying anything at all. Because the amount of times that we've had no-shows and it's just strictly people that completely forgot but they were still ready to buy has happened more times than you think. So if you can increase your show-up rate by at least 10%, that's 10% more money you could be making. So if you can increase your opt-in rate on your ads, you increase the actual conversion of your ads, but you also increase the show-up rate of who's getting on your sales calls, you're in the end going to make more money. You have more people showing face on sales calls, and that's more people that are getting the pitch, and that's more people that you can actually close. Additionally, we also have the appointment canceled and the lead no-show drips. Inside of these are increment wait stages of sending text, emails, and calls to these people until they either book an appointment or they just straight up tell us they're not interested. I'd rather just have a business owner tell me to fuck off than for them to not reply and then eventually say, oh yeah, I'm actually ready to book a call now. So it's so important when it comes to automations, when it comes to following up. The whole reason we're running an AI appointment setting agency is that follow-ups are so important when it comes to reviving revenue. So with our sequences, we're being extremely adamant. And as you can see at the end of the workflow, it's day 14. So out of a 14-day sequence from them opting into our ad, we are still following up with them to try to get them to book a call. Nonetheless, this has allowed us within the last 3 weeks book 3 to 5 qualified calls on our calendar per day. Now, the thing about having tons of calls on the calendar is that eventually can be a big time suck. Currently, we're on the works of getting a closer just because if we want to raise our ad spend to 50% more, what we're planning to do in June, all it's going to do is just make it so that we have less time to handle delivery, make more ads, make more content for the company. And so until we get a closer, what we've been doing recently is adding more friction into our qualification forms to make sure that we're not having broke, financially unqualified leads book into our calendar. So we made that change. So week 1 and week 2, we let kind of the floodgates open on our calendar, but not everyone on this calendar, we let Meta know that booked in a call that was qualified. So that's important. But in week 3, we upped our friction on our funnel. We booked less calls, and a few of these days were travel days for us when we traveled to Bali. But what ended up happening is we made the same amount of money in week 3, but all of these calls were way more important. They were way more financially qualified business owners that were ready to spend $3,000 to $5,000 on an AI service and start spending monthly recurring revenue on our subscription base. So now that's the next talking point of the actual model that I'm showing you. I've showed you what it means to run ads, what it means to take care of your leads through a funnel and actually follow up and nurture them so that they make sure they show up on a call. But the next thing is pricing. What are you selling, how you should sell it, and who you should be selling it to. There's tons of other ways you could be pricing your AI service. I've even seen people on YouTube say you should be charging $10K. In my opinion, that is absolutely ridiculous. What I've seen is that if you charge a little bit lower, the expectations for the service lower, and so you have less chance of refunds and stuff like that. And I'm saying that because if you, for instance, paid someone $10,000, you would expect them to move fucking mountains for you. And what that does is it can create angry clients if you don't deliver exactly what they want. Nonetheless, when you onboard anyone, it should be in your best interest to give some of the best delivery you possibly can. But in my opinion, I highly recommend charging anywhere from $3 to $5K for a build fee and charging $200 to $500 a month in recurring revenue. To give you an example, a year ago, we used to charge in ScaleAgents, we used to charge $9,000 to $12,000 for a one-time build fee, and it was a build and release offer. This was a pricing structure we got from Serge Guattari. He's big in the agency space, and he was saying, oh, do build and release and charge big high-ticket prices. But what happens is there's not a lot of monthly recurring revenue being built in the back end. So clients we closed a year ago are no longer paying us, but in the last 6 months, we've really started to ramp up the monthly recurring model. And what it does is in our baseline revenue, we don't just start the month at zero. We started at $5,000 or $10,000, and it's just subscription revenue that were from clients in the past. And what I was saying about the obvious ROI, with all of these builds and AI automations you should be building, they need to be AI automations that have an obvious ROI on why they're spending $3,000 to $5,000 on. And right here, I just made a chart of some different niches and industries I think are incredible when it comes to selling AI, and also some pricing charts on what you should be selling them for. And then on the far right, I also have kind of the deliverables of what I think would be great. So for instance, real estate mortgage is going to be SMS and voice dialers because speed to lead is absolutely everything. Like for example, if someone's trying to sell their house, they're going to search up on Google real estate agents, and they're going to go to multiple different website forms, and the first few that reach back to them are going to be the ones that likely close the deal. So that's what's so important about speed to lead in a lot of these industries. Something to note, and this is just some honest advice. A lot of people say go into home service in this AI agency space. A lot of people on YouTube are like, oh, sell to mom and pop shops, sell to local businesses. From my experience, home service businesses and these kind of mom and pop shop businesses, they don't have the money to spend $4,000 to $5,000. You should be chasing enterprise level companies. Some of my best winning clients are agency and B2B services. We've partnered with so many marketing companies that will not only buy our services, but we'll do partnership deals where we're rolling out our AIs to their clients as well. And so there's so much more lifetime value per client in other industries than just selling to home service. I'm also saying that because a lot of the home service industry is business owners that are extremely outdated in systems. And you may think that because they're outdated, it'll be a slam dunk sell. But in my opinion, the psychology behind it is that because they have not already invested into better CRMs and software for their company, they're not likely to spend on some random AI system that came from an ad. With businesses that are already pretty tech driven when it comes to agencies and B2B services or legal or real estate, where they're already using power dialers and CRMs in their company, they're way more likely to invest in these types of services because they already can understand the value behind it. So going back to the pricing structure, I absolutely recommend you charge between $3,000 and $5,000 for a build fee and figure out a way to do some monthly recurring revenue with them. So the best way to frame it is like, hey, in 7 to 14 days, we're going to build out the AI. And then what we do is we're going to charge $200 a month. And that's going to cover maintenance fees and ongoing support. Just in case you want some changes with the AI or conversation flow, maybe there's an issue with the AI that you want fixed, or maybe you want to go in a little bit of a different direction with the AI, then we can absolutely service that for you. That's kind of the way we've been justifying charging monthly recurring revenue, is that it's kind of like a support maintenance type of payment, just to make sure that we're kind of checking and making sure in the back end the AI is running perfectly. Of course, still, we have business owners that'll pay us $5,000, and say, no, we don't want to do monthly recurring, and we just build and release them. And we let them know, like, look, if anything happens with the AI, we are not going to be there to notice that any issues are occurring. So that's why we recommend our clients pay the monthly recurring subscription part. So that's just kind of some piece of advice for you. Please don't go out and sell AI for one-time build fees, because what'll happen is, sure as hell, you can make like 7 to 12K in a deal. And for most people, if they're trying to get to 10K a month, that's like, they just have to do one deal a month. If you're trying to build a business where month and month it's slowly growing when it comes to the monthly recurring revenue and the monthly revenue that you're making, that is what the subscription model will do for you. So please don't go out there and just do one-time build fees unless you know that you're just gonna have one client and never talk to them again. Just from my experience, I wish I had so many golden clients in the last 2 years that I know would absolutely love the subscription model now, because I know they're dealing with issues, and maybe they want some changes that they just kind of have to do manually. And we've even tried to teach them how to do it manually, but the truth is that's why they're paying for the service to begin with, that they don't know how to do it themselves. Anyways, that's kind of the whole spiel of this video. I wanted to show you kind of our ad strategies, our funnels, also our AI appointment setters. But yeah, just kind of give you some background. This is the first YouTube video I've ever posted. Kind of been using this YouTube channel as kind of a documentary of building ScaleAgents. So ScaleAgents has been running for 2 years. My co-founder is also my brother. We've been building this company for quite some time now, and we're on tracks to do $50,000 this month. And last year we did $180,000, and we've just been seeing incredible growth in not only our agency, but also just the AI space in general. Every single day, AI is getting better, and that means that you can sell better AI products. On top of that, building AIs is only becoming easier, and so that the delivery side of things is just becoming so much better when it comes to being an automation owner. But yeah, I hope this made sense. I kind of want to show you how I'm speed running to 50K a month, specifically with paid ads. If there's anything I want you to take away from this video, don't cold call, don't cold email, don't be like calling business owners at like 2 p.m. when they're probably on a job site and you're like, hey, you want to buy my AI? Because they're probably just going to get annoyed. You can go try it. I've heard tons of people making money from it, but in my opinion, if I can run ads and while I'm sleeping, I'm having people book on my calendar, that's just so much better of a sales cycle that you should be going into for your agency. Anyways, yeah, we've also in ScaleAgents been building kind of a partnership program. So I kind of mentioned earlier that we've been working with tons of agencies and B2B services. Specifically under ScaleAgents, we also work with AI automation agencies and marketing companies as well. So if you're looking to build and sell AI agents for yourself, or we also do done-for-you delivery. So let's say you go and sell an AI project to a business owner and you don't want to handle the delivery, we handle it for you. And we split profits together, and essentially it's like a partnership. This isn't like a course, a mentorship, or anything like that that you'd have to join. This is just like if you have some clientele or you want some help getting more clientele, we will help you deliver and service for those people as well. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate watching this video, and trust me, I'm going to be posting a lot more. And yeah, thanks.